Good day friends. So today's topic is introduction of JIRA. What is JIRA? JIRA is a software application used for issue tracking and project management. The tool developed by the Australian software company Atlassian has become widely used by agile development team to track bugs, stories, epics and other tasks. So as we take on to your journey on introduction of JIRA, I'll be taking you through one by one steps with respect to how to add in activities, how to look into the reports, and what are the basics that you must know, understanding what is JIRA all about. So basically, JIRA is an agile project management tool that is widely used, and the most popular company or the tool that most of the users use is Atlassian JIRA. So before we start, let me take you brief on how do, how does it look like? How does the JIRA page look like? So whenever you put in data into your JIRA, so it has a tool wherein it will be able to put down activities, tasks, epics, or tasks, or you can also say stories. So I'll be taking you through what does this epic means, what are the subtasks means, and how to add in the activities, and how to make sure that something is done, how to map it as done, in progress, to be started. So this is basically how JIRA looks like. Okay, now what is a JIRA project? A project is a container that groups tasks together. So in JIRA, what are the basic standards that we used? The basic standard issue types are story. A story is a user story. We can call it project or client requirements. What is a task? A task is a thing that needs to be completed. What is a bug? A bug is a problem that needs to be fixed. What is an epic? Epic is a large body of work that may take some time to complete. So with respect to JIRA, there is we can use the JQL or the JIRA query language. JIRA query language allows to make searches in JIRA more convenient and powerful by using expressions to specify exactly what we want. So this is one of the way by which we'll be able to look into which area we want to look into and which are the particular segment that we want to focus on. But with respect to without JQL also, we can have our standard searches, filters that we can use it. What is a JIRA dashboard? It helps in creating personalized, customized reports. We can customize the dashboard by adding gadgets. Using these gadgets will give a quick overactivity and progress on the platform. So JIRA have a built-in gadgets into the system like burn down chart or your status charts, and by using those charts we'll be able to look into what are the things that we require in the dashboards. Dashboards can also be shared between groups, projects, or any logged in users. Now we come down understanding sprints. Sprint is a fixed period of time during which a Scrum team work on issues that have committed to complete during the period. By default, JIRA is a 2-week period, which comes to essentially 10 working days. Depending on team size, we can adjust on the number of days in the sprint as needed. So what happens is that if suppose we are working on a project and we want to look into, we are focusing on the next 10 days, what are the activities that we need to complete. So what we do, we take in those activities and we prioritize that and we put it into a sprint reporting. And we say that these are the activities that needs to be completed in the next 2 weeks. And if suppose someone says that 2 weeks is not adequate, we need to make it 3 weeks or 4 weeks, that is also possible. But by default, JIRA has a week period of 2 weeks. So what are the details that we require in sprint? One is on the name of the sprint and second is the duration. And what is the status? Status in the sense whether it is active sprint or it is in future or it is closed. So now in an active sprint, any sprint that are currently in progress will be displayed as active sprints. Active sprint will include the following details. It will include the name of the sprint, duration of the sprint and its status, while the Logans shows it as active. So in the bar status bar, it is going to show you that this thing is active. Percentage of activity, percentage of completed issues in the sprint, percentage of how full the sprint is in terms of estimated units, number of unestimated issues and unassigned issues in the sprint. So that is all about active sprints. Now let us talk about some of the core terms that we have in sprints. One is estimation and velocity. Issues can be estimated using story points or time-based estimates. Velocity measures the number of estimation units that a team usually completes from sprint to sprint. It is effectively a productivity rate based on the estimation of volume of work. So that means what is the total number of units that a particular team completed from one sprint to another. So this is going to show you for every sprint what is your productivity rate with respect to your past sprints. Next, story points are recommended instead of time-based estimates. If we estimate that a story will take 2 hours to complete, it is no guarantee that the estimate is 100% accurate. Story points, on the other hand, focus on estimating the size of the issue, and small issue can be estimated as a 1 or 2 story points. A large one will require 5 to 6 story points. So this is what we talk about story points. If suppose it's a large activity, a large issue, so what we can do is that we can put down the number of story points to 5 to 6. If it is a small issue, we can put down as 1 or 2, and based on that we get on closing the issues one by one. What is estimate in story points? There's a huge variety of ways to estimate stories, but the objective of every approach is to able to get better at predicting how much work the team can do at each sprint. In Agile Scrum, this translates to knowing the team's velocity. Next we come down logging work on issues. Team often needs to be able to estimate how long a product will take to deliver from sprint to sprint. As they work through the stories, the team will develop a cascadence of completing units of work they had estimated. This is also called velocity. The team has to track the amount of estimation units they have completed from sprint to sprint to know how much they can fit into each future sprint and have conviction that the work will be completed. Now this is one more good thing. If suppose we have some repeated sort of jobs in which we know that after this particular sprint we have a future sprint which is going to have a similar sort of activities and a similar sort of output, what we do is that we look into the velocity of that sprint and then we look if this is the velocity we have achieved as of now. So in future also this is going to happen, and in the future the completion date will be this. So now how time tracking appears on an issue. The estimated field displays the amount of time originally anticipated to resolve the issue. The remaining field displays the amount of time currently anticipated to resolve the issue. The log field displays the amount of time logged working on the issue so far. Choosing to include subtasks displays the aggregated time of an issue and all its subtasks. When we log time for the first time, the time spent is subtracted from the original estimate and the resulting value is automatically presented in the remaining estimate. When subsequent work is logged, any time spent is subtracted from the remaining estimate. Before beginning, ensure JIRA administrator has enabled a time tracking feature. One good thing about JIRA is that we can also import the documents from Excel file to JIRA. So this is one of the advantages that JIRA has, wherein if we convert our JIRA file, our Excel file to CSV mode, then it's an easy way wherein we can convert our Excel file to a JIRA file. So let me show how to consider the field when you want to import your field from an Excel to a JIRA. So this is one of the way wherein we put down the key, we can put down the story, the project, the summary, and after that we can also put down the priority, the assignee, the status, resolution, the creator, on which date it was created, the start date, the end date. And once we put down all these things in Excel, then we can easily put down or transfer it to a CSV file, and then we can import it into a JIRA file. So now let me show you how one of the reports looks like. So in a sprint reporting, it is going to show you what is the total number of days remaining, and on a day-to-day basis it is automatically going to update it, wherein if suppose you are watching it today and if I watch it tomorrow, it is going to show me 15 days, and then it is going to show you this is some of the status or some of the charts that I have included, that are the default charts that we have it here in JIRA in dashboard reporting, and it is going to show me what is the total number of remaining estimate for each and every balance activities that is not completed. So we know that for this activity it is 1 week 4 days, for this activity is 1 week 1 day. And one thing, if you can notice, for sprint we have a duration of 10 days, right? 10 working days, but here it is showing as 60. That means I have chosen my sprint to be 25 days. Upon that 25 days, 16 days is remaining, and of those 16 days the balance works that needs to be completed are these. So the flushing work will take 2 weeks, the flushing for lean gas will take 2 weeks. Similarly, I come down on the status, the total done activities is 18, the in progress is 14, the to do activities is 13, and this is one of the introduction we can put down. Similarly, we can also put down the status, what is the total count of in terms of percentage. Then we see on a week on week basis what are the total number of issues we have created, what are the issues we have closed. So this is what JIRA can do to your projects. I hope with this we have got an introduction how we can use JIRA in our projects.